And it was very nutritious back then for the soldiers because it was easy to digest too.
Which is why many visitors would bring it to them as a gift. And I'm going to be starting off with the dry ingredients. So the first thing that you're going to need is 2.5 cups of flour. Then for the flavorful ingredients, you're going to need 1 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Also 1 1/2 teaspoon of allspice. Then you're going to mix all the ingredients together. Then you're going to take 1/2 cup of butter, and I already have it pre-sliced. And you're just going to mix that together. Now that I have the butter mixed into all of the dry ingredients, we're going to go on to the wet ingredients.
So first I'm starting off with 1 1/4 cups of molasses. And back then this was the sweetener that they used. Now I'm taking 1 egg and I'm whisking it a little bit. And putting it in the molasses. Lastly, I'm taking 1 cup of very hot water and pouring it in to the previous ingredient. Now I'm going to mix all 3 of these ingredients together. Once these 3 ingredients are mixed well, I'm going to be pouring it into the dry ingredients.
And we're going to mix them while it's pouring in. And gingerbread was also a very nutritious and tasty snack for back then, so that's why they're very popular in both the North and South. And they were also included in many care packages back then. Now that we have mixed the ingredients together, we are going to pour it into a pre-greased pan.
Now we are going to put this pan in a 350-degree oven for about 35 to 40 minutes. It smells good.
No, it doesn't. Now we are going to be making hardtack.
Hardtack was very common in the Civil War because it was easy to make, cheap, and long-lasting.
Hardtack also became a necessity for soldiers on the battlefield. To make this, we're going to start off with 2 cups of flour. Then we are also going to add 5 to 6 pinches of salt, which is a little bit over a teaspoon.
Now I'm going to be adding 1/2 cup of water, and if I need to, I will be adding a little bit more. Now I will be mixing these ingredients. And after a little bit, I will be kneading with my hands to make it a dough-like consistency.
As you can see, the ingredient measurements can vary through what you want, as long as you get a dough-like consistency. Hardtack is also known as teeth dullers.
Soldiers in the Civil War would be dipping it into beer, coffee, and other liquids to soften it up.
Now that we have a dough-like consistency, we're going to take it out and put it onto a baking tray, and then roll it out into a 1/2 inch rectangle.
Now we're going to put it in a 350-degree oven for 30 minutes.
Once we take it out after 30 minutes, we are going to cut it into 3 by 3 squares and poke 16 to 20 holes into them with forks.
Then we flip it over and we put it back in the oven for about 30 minutes.
Now, while this may not look very appealing, you have to remember that it was a basic necessity for soldiers back then.
And remember, this is going to be very hard because soldiers even had to use rifles to break it apart. Smells delicious!
So this is our halfway point, and I'm going to cut it into 3-inch squares.
In each square, I'm going to poke 16 to 18 holes in. And then we're going to flip it over, and then put it back in the oven. That's it for Civil War Snacks with Shoshana and Brielle.
Bye!
Hope you enjoyed!